Yo, what up guys, it's Matthew here with Shoe Crew TV, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of my newest pickups for my vintage. If you guys haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I promise you guys, we have endless great content of just events, stuff like that, so just stay tuned. And you know, I know it's almost been a year, man. It's almost been a year since I did my vintage t-shirt collection, and I had to go and get some pieces back in 2020 that I picked up. 2020, man, it was a hard year, you know, financially, you know, personally, for a lot of people, and it was the same for me, man. I mean, I wasn't able to go and you know, purchase some of those crazy shirts, but I still managed to acquire some crazy grails, in my opinion. And you know, especially with the market now, man, if you don't know, the vintage market it's crazy now, man. And we'll get into that at the end of the video, but first let's go ahead and show these pieces. Let's talk about them. And I would say this, the theme for this past year, 2020, was more of investment pieces. Some stuff that I was on the fence of getting back in the day that I really, you know, thought I should get or whatever, I'm going back and getting now, because the market on these shirts, man, they're just skyrocketing, and we'll get into why in a little bit. But first things first, let's get into some heat, man. We got the Selena Memorial tee, man. This is a t-shirt that I had to kind of include in my collection. Selena, I feel like if you're a vintage collector, you gotta at least have one Selena t-shirt in your collection. I mean, she's an icon, she's the Tejano queen, and you know, I had to go ahead and scoop this shirt up. I got this in a trade from my boys at Ria 5 Vintage. Shout out my boys Ria 5 Vintage. Go follow them on Instagram and check them out, man. If you're in San Antonio, they have a lot of heat, and this is, you know, this is proof right here, right? I traded a lot to get this shirt, but I went ahead and I didn't have money at the time, so I didn't have no leverage. I had to use what I brought in for trade, and I got this shirt, and I'm super excited because, you know, I feel like a lot of Selena shirts like this, they're a little bit easily available, but in a couple of years from now, these shirts are going to start disappearing, and they're going to become more and more expensive as the time goes on. So this is definitely something I want to add to my collection before, you know, the prices on it were just skyrocketing, you know. So definitely a dope pickup. Shout out to Ria 5 Vintage, man. Go follow them on Instagram, go check them out. The next one, and a lot of my shirts I get from stores. I'm not a thrifter. I don't go in thrift. I like to go into curated stores and start picking from what they have brought into their stores. And I find a lot of diamonds in the rough. I find a lot of heat. So this was one of those diamond in the roughs. I actually went to this place called Rags or Vintage in McAllen, Texas. If you're from Texas, you know that's a city on the border towns. And that's a great thing about Texas, is that I feel like we have some of the best vintage, because a lot of our vintage comes from border towns and a lot of the, you know, the rag houses and stuff like that. This is one of those shirts that I think that's what Rags, all they do is rag house vintage shopping. So this is probably from the Racks. At the time they were running a crazy promo, so I got this shirt for really cheap. I want to say I paid like something crazy like $20 for this t-shirt. This is a shirt that I felt like definitely country and stuff like that. The print, the you know, this is from '96. You see, this is her album, you know, release t-shirt, and this is something I had to pick. LeAnn Rimes, you know, I'm not really much into country, but I saw the investment in this piece. This is something that I can see go for $150 to $200. I mean, it's a nice, beautiful printed shirt. It's something that I would pay for this shirt, like $200 for this shirt. I mean, it's that nice. Like, the print on it is nice. It has that real 90s thick print, and I mean, you really can't get print like this anymore. I mean, it's beautiful. It almost looks like a wrap tee in a way, so that's why I ended up getting that. The next shirt I got from Rags was another anime tee. Anime is something that I'm really seeing jumping right now. I feel like anime tees can go for $1,000 one day, and if they're not already, they should be. This is a t-shirt from an anime that I don't watch, but it was an investment piece, and with that sale going on for Memorial Day weekend, it was too good to pass up. I think I got this shirt for $12. A $12 anime shirt. I think I did some research on this anime. They only did one season of it, so this is actually, the shirt's from 2012, and 2012 doesn't seem too long ago, but it's almost like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. So I mean, it's vintage in my eyes. I mean, the shirt's almost 10 years old next year. So I mean, definitely something that I felt like people were sleeping on. Don't sleep on anime. I feel like those are gonna be the next crazy shirts. The next shirt I'm gonna show you is a shirt that I paid $80 for. Shout out to Hype Goods. This is a shirt, in my opinion, that, you know, you see shirts go for $1,000, $3,000, $5,000. This is a shirt I feel like can go for that, and I'm gonna tell you why in a little bit. You know, not a lot of people see the vision up close when a shirt and why a shirt should be as expensive. But this is a shirt I'm gonna tell you I can see it sell from $1,000 to $5,000 for a Rolling Stones fan. I'm not a Rolling Stones fan, but a lot of with COVID happening and, you know, money getting scarce, or not money getting scarce, but the inflation of money, you know, it's expensive now. Cost of living is going up, and some of these shirts I feel like are gonna be worth thousands and thousands of dollars. And this is one of those shirts, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is actually from the '94 tour of the Voodoo Lounge Rolling Stones album tour. Now, the background on this shirt is, this is a tour t-shirt from 1994, and it's single stitched. I know you probably can't really see it, but this shirt is single stitched. It says Voodoo Lounge on the sleeve right here in red, and then it says, you know, Rolling Stones right here in that green, like R.L. Stine, Goosebumps looking font. And then on the front of it, you have the Voodoo Lounge, you know, the character with the actual voodoo pin going through the character. It says Rolling Stones. This shirt, I mean, the front image is phenomenal. Now, I know a lot of people have seen the original shirt, 94, 95 Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge tour tees. This was a tour tee, but it was made exclusively for San Antonio. So on the back, it's crazy. It's got the skulls, it's got the red lips with the tongue, and it says 1994, the date, November 94, in concert in Alamo Dome, San Antonio, Texas. So the thing about this shirt, why it could be a $5,000 shirt, is because one is it's an original shirt from the 94, 95 tour. It's a tour tee that was made specifically for the city, so only those shirts were printed for that city. And not only that, but the imagery on this shirt is next level. I could understand if this was a rare shirt and, you know, it was rare or whatever, but the thing about it is that the imagery on the front's dope, the colors are crazy, the image is different from the actual tour tee, and the back image is just phenomenal. I mean, and it's a single stitch tee. It's printed on a Best Fruit of the Loom. This is a double XL, but it fits kind of like a baggy XL. And shout out to Hype Goods, man. I mean, this is a shirt that I feel like I'm gonna put in the vault, and it might not be worth anything now, but it's definitely gonna be worth a lot of money later. You know, and the reasons I pointed it out. The next shirt I'm gonna show you guys is something crazy. I got this from Bring It Back Las Vegas. They were running a Black Friday sale when I walked in there, and I got this shirt. It was originally $75. I think I paid like $40 for this shirt. This is a shirt, and I'm gonna explain why that can be. I think this shirt's worth $500 right now, in my opinion. But in me personally, with anime going up, everything like that, this can be $1,000 to $2,000 shirt. And the thing is, this is a different DBZ shirt. A lot of people have the DBZ shirts. They don't sell for much. They're $80 or, you know, whatever. Anime has gone up, but those shirts were readily availably printed. This is a card game shirt. You got Vegeta on here. It's the Upper Deck card shirt. Now, if you don't know about card games, when you play in tournaments at card games, you usually don't win money because a lot of kids are playing the game. You win like exclusive cards or exclusive merch for that tournament that they print out. This was one of those shirts. On the back, it says the master on it. So tournament master. I don't know if that was the guy that actually first place won the shirt, or it was like the refs walking around that were, reffing, making sure everybody's playing the card game fair. But this shirt's crazy. I mean, it's purple. It's from 02. It's got Vegeta on the front with his power levels, emblemating the car that he's on. And of course, the back is crazy. Now, this shirt is super rare because they didn't sell this shirt in stores. You had to win this shirt or be a part of the tournament. So I actually have seen a lot of other shirts from this series. There's Goku, Gohan, and I don't remember who else. But, it's from that Cell Saga imagery. This shirt is crazy if you sell it to the right person. I think this is, off the bat to me, I think this is a $500 shirt, and that's why I said it. But it's definitely a shirt to me that can fetch $1,000 to $1,200 one day. And I got it for 75 bucks. Shout out to Rags Revenge. I copped this shirt too because I got it so cheap. It's a Three Stooges shirt. This shirt's printed from 1997 on a Tennessee River gold tag blank. Beautiful shirt. It's okay to be a knucklehead. I got this shirt. I mean, I don't know. It might be worth something one day. You never know. Three Stooges. nostalgia may come up. People that are into that show, there's big fans of that. But the main reason I bought this shirt is because vintage I like, because I can express myself. And there's this shirt, like, it's okay to be a knucklehead, man. It's okay to be that person sometimes. And that shirt kind of reflects who I am, because, you know, personally, like, I'm crazy and I do crazy stuff. So it was just one of those shirts I got for cheap from Rags Revenge in McAllen, Texas. Shout out to them. The next shirt I'm about to show you guys, got 3 shirts left. This is the 3rd one. Shout out to Worn Out Vintage. If you're in San Antonio, check them out. This is another shirt I feel like is an investment piece. You know, a lot of the weed shirts I feel like are corny in the vintage world. Like, you'll see the Homer Simpson one. I mean, I'm not saying the Flintstones one where they're stoned and all that. That's cool and all, but this is the first shirt I actually saw that was very simplistic. I have a very, me personally, I like very simplistic style things. This is one of those. You have the weed, you know, plant on the front right here. It kind of looks like that Dr. Dre 90s print on the back. This shirt is self-explanatory why I bought it. On the back, it's crazy. The back print is, you know, phenomenal. Field of Dreams. You see what it is, man. These type of shirts too, I feel like I got this shirt for like $50. I would have paid $150 to $200 for this shirt. I mean, just the wear on it. I mean, I'm just saying what I think this shirt is worth and what I would have paid for it. But I got it for such a great price. I had to cop it no matter what. I mean, definitely a dope shirt. Shout out to Worn Out, man. This next piece I'm gonna show you guys is from Worn Out as well. Had to cop this piece. This was another investment piece. Nirvana, self-explanatory. I mean, if you see the original Nirvana pieces, they sell for $1,000+. This story on this t-shirt, this is actually a reprint. I did my research on it, looked really heavily into eBay trying to compare shirts, because, you know, there's a lot of versions of this shirt. As you know, the original print from 92 sells for $1,000+. You know, 1,200, 2,000, 3,000 is probably the right buyer of a Nirvana that wants the actual original shirt. This is a reprint from 2000. The crazy thing on it is it has, you can't see, but it has the 92, you know, Nirvana print on the bottom, but it's not a 92 shirt. The tag is actually missing from this, but what I've looked on the internet, I think it's an Anvil tag. I think what they've been saying is this shirt was printed in 2000 as a you know, a reprint essentially. But this is something that I think was an investment piece for me. I've seen this shirt go from $300 to $500 online, depending on the buyer who wants to buy a shirt from the seller or whatever. You know, everybody. I think this is gonna be $1,000 shirt one day, because the reality is not everybody can get their hands on the original print, and not everybody is gonna be able to afford the original print. So this is a good second option. It's a vintage shirt. It's still 21 years old. I mean, it's still vintage. It's not the original, and it doesn't go as high as the original, but I mean, you could tell the printing on this. I mean, even 2000 things were high quality at that time, late 90s, 2000. You got the sliver in the back, definitely a classic tee. One of those hype pieces in the vintage game and stuff like that. And the last piece, and I'm gonna tell you, man, this shirt is a banger. I think this shirt is definitely a $1,200 shirt, definitely over $1,000 shirt. I ended up trading a rap tee for this and cash. I traded my Tupac and Biggie. Shout out to Eric from Hype Goods, man. This was his shirt originally. This is a Tyson Holyfield WBA promotion shirt, the second fight. Crazy front, crazy fade, and this looks like a vintage t-shirt. I mean, and that's why people pay big money. You know, you wonder in the market what makes this shirt valuable. It's funny to say, but with this shirt looking so faded and worn out, I mean, it's valuable. There's no back print on the back, which is kind of disappointing, but I've already seen on eBay, these shirts used to go for cheap. I remember some guy selling one for $120. Not this particular version, but the version I saw on eBay, the guy's asking $1,200 now. So the value on these shirts have shot up, and it's crazy to see them now being at this price. But this is definitely, in my opinion, a $1,200 shirt. The wear on it, the look of it, it looks like a vintage shirt. You can't fake this type of this wear. You know, I'm trying to say, like, I know there's a lot of fake vintage shirts out there in the market, but this is one, I mean, that's just crazy. The lightning, definitely a shirt that I had to add into my collection. This is only my second Tyson shirt. I don't have too many Tyson shirts, but this is definitely a grail piece and a beautiful piece that, you know, it's just crazy. So shout out to my boys. To wrap this video up, guys, I wanted to kind of get into the market because a lot of these shirts, like I said, I've kind of made investments on them because I know the investment's going to pay off. What's going on right now is, you know, inflation is going through the roof. So people are trying to find ways to put their money into something that is scarce and is going to go up value over time. Vintage shirts is a great way to put your money into something and kind of watch it grow because they don't make these shirts no more. You know what I'm trying to say? They're not making a new shirt anytime soon. And a lot of collectors like to hang on to these shirts and not let them go. And the only way they let them go is either through trade or through cash. And sometimes even cash offers I've seen of a lot of collectors, they don't even want to take them. There's a lot of people that don't even take cash offers. They just take trades. They want rare shirts for other rare shirts. So, I mean, that's the kind of market we're in right now. And it's going crazy. Vintage t-shirts is becoming a mass, you know. It's like it's in the masses now, you know. It's a commercial thing now. A lot of people, the secret's out, you know. A lot of people didn't see the value in buying a ripped up old shirt, but these aren't just shirts, guys. It's art pieces, it's artifacts, it's a piece of history. You know, you're wearing a piece of history on your body when you go out there. It's a piece of art. So it's essentially an art canvas on your body. That's what it is. And that's what fashion is in general. You know, that's why you pay thousands of dollars for certain, because you're buying art. You're not buying a t-shirt, you know. So I mean, I can see vintage shirts selling for $1 million one day. It's not far-fetched for me. I mean, you know, when you have a shirt and it, you know, passes through so many people's hands and the value just keeps growing because someone's paying for that and they're not going to take less than that. So I mean, it's going to be a crazy game, but I mean, essentially that's where we're at. You know, a lot of shirts are going for crazy prices. You know, my collection now, I mean, it's like I'm thankful that I know a lot of people to get my shirts from people. So I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, give it a thumbs up, show that algorithm out for YouTube. I mean, trying to get posting more videos. I got some content in the vault for you guys, but I don't know if you guys are ready for it. So leave a comment down below if you're ready for some new Shoe Crew TV content, because I got some good stuff. Again, subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace, and we'll see you on the next one.